Welcome to the Grampians Wine Podcast. I'm your host, Neil Butler. In each episode of the podcast, we speak to a representative of the Grampians winemakers or one of the wineries in the region. We'll learn about the wines, the wineries, and of course the personalities associated with one of Victoria's leading wine regions. On today's episode, we speak to Adam and Pep Atchison, the owners at Pomonal Estate located in Ararat. Hello, Adam. Hello, Pep.
Hello. How are you?
Doing well. Now, we have to find out, first of all, where Pomonal is, because that's the district in which you are. Help us out there.
Sure. You go, Rez.
Pomonal is on the way to Halls Gap. So you go Ballarat, Ararat, Moyston, Pomonal, small village just before Halls Gap and the Grampians.
Nice. Okay. Now, we do need to show folks that this is the first time we've seen two people on the other side of the screen, which is very exciting. And we are having some troubles with the internet. So there will be a little bit of delay. So just live with us on that one if you would. Tell us a bit about your winery, the varieties you produce, how long you've been operating, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, sure. We established in 2017, but we first planted our vines in 2016. We planted Riesling and Shiraz, which is what this region is known for. And then in 2017, we actually opened our cellar door. So it's pretty much a function venue, wedding venue, cellar door. And Adam, my husband, he also brews beer. So we do beer, wine and cider.
Excellent. Okay, so that's a wide range of drinks. You shouldn't be ever thirsty up there, I wouldn't have thought.
Definitely not.
Now, given that we're wearing the hat as winemakers today, we'll acknowledge the beer and cider, but let's focus our attention on the wine. What makes the Grampians wine region good for growing grapes and making wine, in your opinion?
It's the climate and the type of soils that we have here. So Shiraz is the predominant variety that is grown here because of the types of soils and the climate, which is cool to warm, so you've got your warm days and cool nights. But also another variety that's doing really, really well with this type of climate is Riesling. So we're very similar to the Clare Valley because we run beside a mountain, which is exactly what we do. We do suffer from frost, etc. But otherwise, the Grampians produces some amazing Shirazes. They're more your white pepper sort of style with a lot of fruit. And very elegant. So that's why I think this region is doing so well with their Shirazes and now Riesling. So it's amazing.
So we'll just go back off on the highway just a little bit and talk about the beer and cider. Do you get your ingredients for the beer and stuff from around the region as well, Adam, or do you bring that in from outside?
The beer I produce on site. It's just small batch. It's to complement the wine. But I predominantly use Australian grain. I try to use Joe White malts because I think I can't see the point in importing all these malts from overseas and all those food miles when we've got some excellent barley malts here in Australia.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and I just thought we'd delve into that just because I'm not familiar as to whether you can get that stuff locally, as in the Grampians, or further away. So you obviously live in that part of the work and work in that part of the world. What do you like most about the Grampians, Pep?
Oh, it's just the laid back, relaxed atmosphere, and then you've got some amazing. You walk out, which we take for granted. You walk out your back door, and there's the Grampians right at your back door, and then you've got the nature, which is like the kangaroos and the emus, which are our enemy in a vineyard, but the tourists, they love them. So it's the space, it's the natural beauty. It's just an amazing place. We've now lived here for 20 years, Adam and I, and we actually moved from Sydney, and we used to live under the Harbour Bridge. So we moved from the Harbour Bridge to somewhere where there was no houses at all.
and significantly less water.
It's significantly less water and less people. So, but it's definitely grown on us, that's for sure. It's an amazing place to even bring up our kids. We've now had 2 children in that process. So it's a great place for anyone to start a new family or it's just amazing. Yeah, there's some great opportunities for work up here as well too.
Excellent. Well, Adam, we'll give you a crack at why people should come and visit you guys in the Grampians. As a tourist, I'm thinking.
Definitely the destination is the Grampians National Park. It's an iconic national park, not only Victoria but Australia. It is over, I think, 500,000 hectares. Like it's massive. Runs right from the south of Dunkeld through to Halls Gap and beyond. And there's so many different walks, waterfalls, and you can get yourself lost in there. And we've just come out of lockdown again. But every time we go into lockdown, I at least spend one afternoon with either myself or the family walking through the national park from our house itself. We can start a walk from here. So it definitely brings you back to nature and just calms everything down.
So I'll let either of you choose the answer to this one. What does Pomonal Estate look like in 5 years?
Wow. It's like I describe it as a snowball. And the snowball started off about a golf ball size, and I reckon we're up to a meteorite size, and we get to the top of it's like we're rolling down a hill, we get to the top of it, we get flipped over the front side of it, and we start coming back up the back side of it again as it's rolling down this massive hill. So
COVID's had a lot to do with that one.
Yeah.
But it's just continually growing, and we're just basically giving our customers the experiences that we've experienced both around Australia and around the world.
And it's a really important part of it, isn't it? I mean, we often forget that business owners are also customers of often competitors. I mean, you'll go and you'll visit wineries, and I guess you can bring back the things you've learned and implement them in your part of the world. That's not plagiarism. That's leveraging, I think, is what they call that, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I definitely. It's we've been to probably every wine region in Australia, some in France, Germany, and just to take, whether it's a family-orientated thing, for making sure the kids are engaged outside while the parents can relax inside, to having the views and having a destination not only for the winery but for tourism as well.
Yeah, okay, no, it's good. Well, we also like to get to know something of the people that we interview, not just about their winery. So I think I know the answer to this, and I think it's the same answer for both of you, but how long have you lived and worked in the Grampians wine region?
We've now been here 20 years. We moved here from Sydney in 2001, and I worked at Seppelt in Great Western, and Adam and his dad were breeding racehorses.
Okay. So the question around what the first role in the wine industry is, Pep, you win. What were you doing at Seppelt?
I was a restaurant rep, then I was the cellar door hand. I was also a functions manager, and then I was the cellar door manager for a while. So, so I was there for 11 years.
Okay. So the next question, as parents, this is a bit like asking you who your favourite kids are. You're going on a road trip. You can only take one case of Pomonal Estate wine with you. What do you take with you?
Oh, God.
A mixed dozen.
Oh, no, you can't have that. We've had that before. Okay, well, a mixed dozen. What's in the mixed dozen?
No, it's happy wife, happy life. So it's make sure we've got single vineyard Riesling.
Yep.
And if you don't, it's closely followed by Sangiovese Rosé. So one of the two.
Okay. Now you're taking one bottle out of that box. What's your favourite meal to have with that bottle of wine?
I'm seafood. I like seafood. Adam, I don't know, probably a more meat sort of type dish.
So you're off to find a surf and turf.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely salmon with the single vineyard Riesling for sure.
Yes.
Nice. Now, where are we going to find you having that meal and that bottle of Riesling?
Well, we went on our honeymoon, which was a long time ago. But anyway, we went to Adelaide, and we went to a lot of the wine regions over there. We also went up to the Hunter Valley, and there was a winery up there that had a wine matching food paddle to a wine matching wine paddle. And
Okay.
that really stuck in our heads, which is what we're trying to implement here. But some of the meals that they served that matched those wines, and they were only little entree size serves, but that really has stuck in our brains, and that's what we really, really want to offer. So something of that style, it's different. Not a lot of other wineries in this area do that sort of stuff, but they did it with cheeses, they did it with fish. In the Hunter, they have a lot of nice meats and lamb. So, yeah, it was an amazing experience, and it's really stuck in our head. And like that's over 20-something years ago. So,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
amazing.
Yep. Okay, so we're having Riesling with salmon in the Hunter Valley. So that sounds like a game of Cluedo, doesn't it? What's the music playing in the background when you? What music are we listening to?
Billy Joel.
No. Save Your Tears by Weekender.
I've heard of Billy Joel. If that helps. And while you've got some music playing, sorry, say it again.
Nice jazz blues sort of stuff.
Oh, okay, fair enough. And the music's playing, the food's on, the wine's being consumed. Who are the 3 people, living or dead, that you'd want to have sharing that meal with you?
Our girls, our 2 daughters.
Right. There's only 1 seat left.
Paul Kelly from the Swans.
Okay. So we need to explain to people who are listening who think Paul Kelly's a musician. There's also a Paul Kelly who played football for the Sydney Swans. So when you said Paul Kelly, I was going somewhere different. I'm wondering why he wasn't providing the music.
It was actually at that winery also. They had very good accommodation, which we've got here as well. But they had a split level apartment. On the second story, out on the deck was a spa. And I was able to watch the Swans playing on the TV while sitting in the spa overlooking the vineyard. And that pretty much set the scene for what I wanted to see when we opened up here. So,
all you need really is a plate with some salmon on it, a glass of Riesling, and you're made by the sound of things.
Pretty much. Yeah, he's a happy man to please.
Well, before we finish, can you just remind us where we'll find you, your cellar door hours, website, and your social media?
Sure. We're located at 2079 Pomonal Road, so just on the way to Stawell, from Pomonal to Stawell. We're open Wednesday to Sunday, 10 till 5. We serve lunch 11 till 4, so we have a full menu, and our menu is all local produce. That's what we pride ourselves on. We support local. We have 3 chefs, and then we have a lot of staff behind the cellar doors. Ourselves and
our dog Griffin.
And our dog Griffin. He likes to greet everyone.
Excellent. So if you love your dogs, sounds like a good place to go. And website is?
www.pomonalestate.com.au. So we do accommodation. So if anyone's looking for a weekend away, especially for the ladies, we've got a big fat jacuzzi out the front, so they can have fun out there. And we've also got our cellar door and restaurant, live music, weddings. We've got 16 booked this year. So
excellent.
It's a very, very busy year, and we've also just picked up live music events. So we're hoping to fix when COVID, is kind to us again, and have some bigs. The last one we had was Boom Crash Opera. So
wow, so excellent.
Hoping to have some big ones. They're hoping to get lime cordial for the next one. I don't know who they are, but apparently...
No, I was going to say I'd stick to the Shiraz if it was me, but if there's lime cordial there, all the better. Hey, Adam and Pep, thanks for joining us today on the Grampians Wine Podcast. It's been fun.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
This has been another episode of the Grampians Wine Podcast featuring Adam and Pep from Pomonal Estate. You can subscribe to the podcast by visiting grampianswinepodcast.com.au. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, but it will give you the chance to listen to previous episodes and to be reminded whenever we publish another episode. You can watch video versions of the podcast by subscribing to the Grampians Wine YouTube channel. That's all we've got time for now. We'll be back soon with another episode. My name is Neil Butler. I look forward to your company then. Cheers.